Good evening and welcome to Goffstown High School for a Division II girls basketball match between the Goffstown Grizzlies and Hanover High School. My name is Scott Gross and I'm here joined by me is our cameraman Kevin. Thank you, Kevin, for coming tonight. And we've got a really good game between two teams that are kind of on a roll. Goffstown has won their last four. They come with a record of 9-5, and Hanover is 11-3. So real tough matchup tonight for Goffstown. And again, speaking with Coach Largy, he needs a real good performance from at least 5 to 7 players tonight. It really isn't any no letdown in terms of they can't have a couple players have so-so nights. If they're going to win tonight, which is going to be a challenge, they're going to have good performances. And Hanover wins the tip, and Lois Schwartz with the ball. She's number 15. She's been a starter for a couple of years. She has a twin sister who's out injured. And you're going to see some excellent shooting from Hanover. And that is a first bucket by number 33, Frances Taylor. And they're pressing now. So it looks like on made buckets, Hanover's going to press. Starters for Goffstown. It's like Kelly Walsh, Sophia Perez, Jess Edmonds, Liv Brennan, and Ali La Rochelle. High screen set by Perez. Walsh doesn't get much there. Again, Goffstown seems to be pretty patient, moving the ball around. Walsh with the ball. And Edmonds with a nice little soft type hook to score the first bucket for Goffstown. And it's all tied up 2-2. Goffstown's playing a man-to-man defense. And that's nice defense by Kelly Walsh. She's got an open player, and she can't get it to her. So she tried to get Liv Brennan, but wasn't able to do so. Great defense by Perez. And La Rochelle with the rebound. But great defense by Sophia Perez getting a hand in there. And she takes a jump shot, and that doesn't go. And that's going to be a jump ball. So nice play by Jess Edmonds, number 10, getting her hand in there. And that's going to be Goffstown's ball on the possession arrow. Good start for Goffstown defensively, showing a lot of spunk. Inbounds by La Rochelle. She's got to get it in, and she gives it to Edmonds. La Rochelle with the three-pointer. She misses. And a lot of activity underneath, no fouls. Here comes Schwartz. And she gets Schwartz gets the rebound. She brings it out. Inbounds to number 33. Good defense once again by Goffstown. And Perez is in the action tonight. She's crashing the boards. Walsh tries to go baseline, but she's stopped. Pass over to La Rochelle. So far, not a whole lot of screens that I'm seeing from the Goffstown offense. It's mostly dribble penetration. Not a whole lot of movement on the offense. Here comes a high screen by Edmonds. And a shot by Walsh. That is an air ball almost. I don't know if that even hit anything. That goes out of bounds. So that's uncharacteristic for Kelly Walsh. And we're about 5 minutes left in the first. All tied up 2-2. So far, a defensive battle between Hanover and Goffstown. And hands are in there once again by Goffstown. And here comes Liv Brennan. She passes way up to Kelly Walsh, who gets fouled. They don't call it. I heard the slap from up here. And it's not going to go Goffstown's direction. And that's going to be a foul on Goffstown. And I'm waiting for the for it to go up on the board to see who got it. I'm thinking it was Edmonds, but I'm not positive. Skip pass. And another 2 points for Frances Taylor. And again, on made buckets, looks like Hanover is going to be doing a press. And Perez has good ball handling skills. She hands it over to Walsh, who calls out a play. Over to Brennan. And La Rochelle goes straight to the hoop, and she gets hacked. And I'm not sure why the scorekeeper is not putting the scoreboard operator is not putting the fouls up. So and La Rochelle with the inbound. She's having a tough time getting it in. Brennan gets trapped in the corner, trying to create space. And Kelly Walsh calls out a play. Tenacious defense by both teams. A nice give and go. And Walsh is able to execute a layup there and ties it up 4-4. So Coach Largy's got to be pretty impressed so far with Goffstown's defense. Hands are up, getting good activity, moving their feet. Turnaround jump shot, misses. And that's going to be... Wow, surprisingly, I thought that one was going to go off Goffstown, but it must have went off a Hanover player. And Perez is going to inbound the ball, and it's press time, okay? So, and Kelly Walsh breaks the press. She's going to pass it off. There was an opportunity there. Perez was wide open on the perimeter. Here comes Walsh with a three-pointer. Kelly Walsh with 5 points here in the first. So Goffstown takes a 7-4 lead, first lead for Goffstown for the game. And Schwartz brings the ball up. You got to watch out for number 20. She's wide open if she cuts to the paint. Here's a jump shot for Schwartz. She misses, and Perez is right in there. And she gives it up, though. Rebound by Hanover, and Kelly Walsh strips it away, and she passes out to Brennan, and she makes a nice layup. So great pass by Kelly Walsh to Liv Brennan, and Goffstown is firing on all cylinders here. Scoring has been by Brennan Walsh and Edmonds so far. And again, I really like the footwork. Can they keep it up, though? Can Goffstown keep that up? And that's a jump shot by number 20, Maddie McCorkle. Perez with the ball. Brennan puts up a three, misses. Long rebound secured by Hanover. And here comes Schwartz bringing the ball up. And she's going to take it right to the hoop. And it's fouled by Edmonds. And I don't know if that's her second. If it is, she might be coming out of the game. And Jess Edmonds. And that's a missed free throw by number 33, Taylor. And La Rochelle comes out. In comes Emma Strong, number 15. And that is another missed free throw. Good rebound by Edmonds. Now Liv Brennan brings the ball up. Goffstown with a 9-6 lead, under 2 minutes to play in the first. Kelly Walsh isolated. She passes over to Edmonds. Now back over to Brennan, who tries to dribble penetrate and gets stripped. Great defense by Hanover. Here comes a long pass to number 20. And she does a turnaround jump shot. Rebound by Jess Edmonds. I like the way Edmonds secured the ball. So she got the rebound, and she made sure that she didn't get stripped. So good job by Edmonds. And I'll tell you, Hanover is giving the Goffstown guards all they can handle right now, playing tenacious defense, strong with the ball. And she walked. She traveled. So Emma Strong, she picked up her pivot foot. But Goffstown so far leads 9-6. Out goes Perez. And in comes, I think it's Cammie Durham. Again, the key for Goffstown is can they play that tenacious defense? It's all about the footwork at this point. Great hands by Kelly Walsh. I'd like to see Durham go after that ball. So we got an inbounds pass now for Hanover. Under 45 seconds to play in the first. Got to protect the paint here. Schwartz lobs the ball out to top of the key now is number 20. Schwartz with the jump shot. Long, and what's going to happen here? A travel, tough call there. I don't know if she really traveled. I thought she had at least 1 foot down, but so Edmonds is now out of the game. Got to be careful here because Goffstown only has, 2 pretty good ball handlers, and Kelly Walsh is showing off her dribbling skills right now with 22 seconds left. Durham now with the ball, and that's a double dribble for Durham. And this is really the key for Goffstown. Can they maintain that defensive consistency and try to get some offensive production? It's 9-6 with 20 seconds. I'm sure Hanover might just be content to go for 1 shot here. And that appears what they're doing. Nice inbounds pass, but great defense by Goffstown. I really like that play. I think that was number 33, Sam Byron. She did a really nice job collapsing on that one. And here comes Strong, and that's a great play by Emma Strong. She goes to the hoop, and she gets fouled on the shot. So with time running out, Strong will go to the free throw line, shooting 2. And she's short. And that was Goffstown's first free throw of the first. And that's no good. So Strong goes 0 for 2 on free throws, but Goffstown still has a 9-6 lead. A pretty impressive first period for Goffstown, I thought. Great defense from Goffstown. I like the footwork. They're really doing a great job collapsing on the wings. And that's going to be the key here because we know that Hanover can shoot the 3. And so far, Goffstown's been very impressive. I can't tell you, there's been about 3 or 4 instances in which just keeping their hands up has led to at least probably 3 or 4 turnovers that Goffstown has been able to force. So far, Goffstown has 2 team fouls. Hanover only has 1. And Coach Largey's got to be pretty impressed here so far with his team. He's got now his substitutes in the game. So Brennan and Walsh have yet to leave the game. And this is going to be an issue because, to be honest, the aggressiveness of Hanover, you're going to have great ball handlers on the court for Goffstown, and you do have them in Walsh and Brennan, but they're going to need a break at some point. Perez has proven to be a very capable ball handler, but you're going to need at least 2 on the court at the same time. So look for Coach Largey, if he's going to give a spell, to take only one of them out at a time. And that's a turnover by Hanover. Hanover so far, uncharacteristically, has made a lot of turnovers. Here comes a shot. That's no good. But a rebound by Brennan, but I thought she got pushed. She's going to Goffstown will keep possession of the ball. And Durham will inbound it. And you got to get it in. Got to get it in quick. Walsh at the top of the key, dribble penetration, and she gets fouled. So one of the things that Goffstown has in its advantage is Kelly Walsh can be very effective on a dribble penetration. She showed that there going to her left, and she gets fouled. And that'll be Hanover's third team foul. And we're going to see a substitution pretty soon. I would expect Brennan to come out, but she's not. Perez is back in the game. And Walsh converts on 2 free throws. And Goffstown takes an 11-6 lead. So it now looks like they're playing a zone defense, Goffstown is, with Brennan and Walsh up top. And you're going to have Byron in the middle, Perez on the wing. And a great steal by Kelly Walsh. Stepped right into the path of that pass. And here comes a jump shot from Durham. She misses. And again, she's got to set her feet. Great footwork. And loose ball is picked up by Perez. She needs to go right to the hoop. Draw a foul. Perez has the dribble penetration skills as well, just as Kelly Walsh does. I like the team that all right, so that's going to go to Goffstown, but a nice job by Sam Byron to be in the mix there. Substitution for Hanover's number 21, Anna Kirkpatrick, in the game. Durham will inbound the ball over to Brennan. Perez was looking for a low post pass, didn't get it. Good hands by Hanover. Again, tenacious defense by both teams here in this first half. Looks like Jess Edmonds is going to be checking in pretty soon. Perez with the ball. High screen set by Byron. Goffstown seems to content here to kind of stretch this game out, kill some clock, and that's another unforced error on Goffstown's part. I like the strategy here. You know that you got a high potent team in Hanover, and it looks like the coach for Goffstown is content really working for the best possible shot. Goffstown with an 11-6 lead with 6 minutes to play until half. And here comes a shot. And no good. And that's off the hands of number 10. It's a long rebound. It went off Jess Edmonds' hands, and that's going to be Hanover's ball. Number 20 put up that jump shot, Maddie McCorkle. That didn't go. And they've been kind of cold, Hanover. I wouldn't look for that to continue throughout the game. They have a pretty good shooting team. And it's a little uncharacteristic so far based upon the unmade shots and, most importantly, the turnovers. But give credit to Goffstown's defense. And another turnover. And Perez is around the ball again. So she's playing a fantastic game. She crossover dribbles. Here comes Brennan with the shot. And that's good for a three-pointer. Liv Brennan. And Goffstown takes an 8-point lead, 14-6. On a made three-point shot, back into a zone defense with Edmonds in the middle. She came in for Byron. Hands are up, and that's a miss. And Edmonds with the rebound. And again, got to be careful on those exchanges after you get it. And here comes a long pass to Cammie Durham, and that's no good. Good shot, though, good look by Durham. She hit iron, didn't go in. And here comes Schwartz, and she gets stripped. Call timeout. I don't know how you call a jump ball in that situation. You got to have a hand on the ball. No disrespect to the referee there, but typically you can't call a jump ball if someone doesn't have at least one hand on the ball. So possession arrow goes to Hanover, and Schwartz is going to inbound it. And again, Goffstown's got to be very good at trying to defend the pass into the paint. We'll see Emma Strong is in the game. There you go. They collapse pretty good. And loose ball, and guess who gets it? Perez once again. You got 15 Strong, and she gets tripped up. So a good call by the referees there. Perez went to her right, went to the hoop. She gets tripped up, and that'll be the 4th team foul. And I think that was number 12, Schwartz, who picked that one up, but I'm not positive if it was her or I think that was her. So in comes number 23, Charlotte Johnson. Inbounds pass. She's having a hard time, La Rochelle, getting somebody to find the ball. In goes to number 10, and that ball gets deflected off of Hanover. Goffstown ball. La Rochelle will inbound with under 5 minutes to play in the half, and we're going to get a timeout here, Goffstown, which I think is a smart move by Coach Largy, only because it gives a little bit of a breather. He saw that Goffstown was having some difficulties inbounding the ball on at least 2 to 3 possessions. Gives him an opportunity to set up an inbounds play because you don't want to get called 5 seconds here. So he calls a quick 30-second timeout, and I can see him. He's diagramming an inbounds pass. I don't know why, but we got Coach Bracey doing push-ups here. Not really quite sure. Our cameraman Kevin was too busy texting, wasn't able to pick that up for you. But the next time that it happens, Kevin will be on that one. I know
why he's doing it.
And he's doing it why?
There's a game where, like,
It's a game thing. Okay. Oh, I just lost my audio and my sound. I don't know why. And Kelly Walsh with a bucket. So that was a great play by Coach Largy, and that paid off dividends. Goffstown up by 10. Very, very unusual. I don't think Coach would have expected this against such a tough team. Again, perimeter play, and hands on the ball again. Got to be careful, and she gets stripped. Again, you got to put it in the hands of players who have good ball handling abilities. Perez with a long three. She misses. And rebound by Hanover. And steal by Kelly Walsh. And she's going to wait she puts one up. In and out. Rebound by Jess Edmonds. So Goffstown's all over the ball. Up goes La Rochelle with a three. Misses. Great offensive rebounds by Goffstown. Unable to convert on 2 to 3 jump shots. But again, you got to be impressed with the tenacity of Goffstown so far. And that's a miss. So La Rochelle has the ball. And again, just got to be careful with how you pass. And Perez now over to Walsh. Edmonds with a nice fake. Wow, what a play by Jess Edmonds. She gave a little bit of a head fake. And Goffstown's firing on all cylinders right now. 18-6 with under 3.5 to play till the half. And I think so far the key for Goffstown has been their defense. Here comes Schwartz with a three, and she makes that one. So you knew that they were not going to be held all night long here. So now they're pressing. So Hanover presses, and Perez will bring the ball up. Nice behind-the-back dribble. And it's a three-pointer for Emma Strong. Goffstown extends their lead here, 24-9. And again, this is all based upon solid defense and a rebound, and that's an over-the-back by number 4. Allie La Rochelle had excellent position on the rebound. Number 4 goes over the back for the 15th foul. And again, you're going to see some substitutions. Brennan comes in for Walsh, who gets a much-needed break, who played an outstanding first half. Goffstown leads, 21-9, I apologize. The difference right now has been Goffstown's defense. Here comes Perez with a three, in and out. But a rebound by Brennan. Strong has the ball. She's going to dish it off to Jess Edmonds. Over to Brennan with a three, and that's short. And that's going to go to Hanover. But they're going to call that over the back on La Rochelle, who was a bit aggressive trying to get the ball. But you know what? A good aggressiveness, if I may say so. That'll be Goffstown's third team foul. Hanover, again, held to 9 points. And the crowd here is finally acknowledging what I would call a superb defensive effort by the Goffstown team. Hands are up. The footwork has just been superb. And you can see Hanover's trying. There's a nice dribble penetration, but Edmonds with a hand on the ball. And that's going to be a long. And that's going to be a jump ball, Goffstown. But La Rochelle was there amongst 3 Hanover players to get that one. So one thing that I've seen here, I have not seen this type of dominant performance by the Goffstown team all season long. I mean, I'm talking both sides of the ball. Perez comes out, and Cammie Durham is in the game. Now, this is where they need to be a little bit careful because they need ball handlers. And La Rochelle gets a layup, so a nice job by Strong. She throws it over the press to La Rochelle, who goes in for a layup. Schwartz now has the ball. She stops her dribble. Under a minute and a half to play, and we're going to see Tupuzoglu come check in soon enough, probably to give, I'm thinking, number 10 spell. And that's a block by La Rochelle. And Tupuzoglu comes in for La Rochelle, who deserves a real big hand. She played an awesome stint right there. Just great defense and nose for the ball, going to the hoop on the offensive side. Again, Goffstown has got to get the ball in, and that's going to be a foul on Schwartz. She pushed. And she says, no, I didn't push. She pushed me, but in that little bit of a battle, she loses that argument, and that'll be the 6th-team foul for Hanover. Kelly Walsh is back in the game, and I think that great move. Yes, you want to give her a break, but you need ball handlers because Hanover's too good in that respect. So Kelly Walsh comes in, and she's able to successfully break a press over to Tupuzoglu. And again, know your role here. She hands over to Edmonds, who takes it to the hoop and passes off to Durham, who can't make the shot, who gets her own rebound and gets fouled. So this should be a 1-and-1 situation for Goffstown, with Durham going to the line, with Hanover now in their 7th foul. And we're going to get a referee is going, I'm not sure what's going on here. It's a referee timeout. And this is a 1-and-1 situation with under 50, it's about 52 seconds left in the half. And she makes the front end of the 1-on-1. So Cammie Durham, opportunity to cash in here. Goffstown could score up to 25 points here. And she makes the second one. Beautiful free throw. Now 52 seconds left in the half. Goffstown 25-9. Again, the defense has just been outstanding. See, they're collapsing to the ball, and they're throwing their hands up and really giving them fits. And another turnover, and that'll be a foul on Goffstown. Let's see who that's on. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? But that's Tupuzoglu with the foul on number 20, Maddie McCorkle. She'll shoot 2. And McCorkle makes her first. And in comes number 13, Bella Bardola. Hopefully I pronounced your name right. And Strong comes in for Tupuzoglu on the offensive side of the ball. Good move because Emma Strong has arguably a great jump shot and who's very good on the boards. And they make both. So look for the press here. They're doing this on all made baskets. And Kelly Walsh goes, and she gets pushed. And she misses the layup. And here comes Hanover. And rebound. Call timeout on that situation. You can call a timeout, and that's a strip. That's on the floor, so that will not be a shooting foul. And that's on number 10, Edmonds. I take her out of the game now because you don't want her picking up number 3. And I'm kind of surprised that Coach Largy has not done that. You don't, not with 15 seconds and a 14-point lead, not worth it. And she got to pass the ball up to Kelly Walsh. And she gets fouled and one. Kelly Walsh. Not a smart play by Hanover, I got to say there. I mean, she had a breakaway, and you're lucky that you don't get called for like an intentional foul on that. Walsh puts in that one, so 28-11 lead. I'm sure this will be the last possession for either team. Again, you got to play that tight D like you've been playing. Here comes a three, and that's a miss. And time runs out, and Goffstown has had arguably their best performance all season long with a 17-point lead at home against Hanover. So arguably, right, Kevin? I mean, I don't think we've seen them play as good as they played tonight. So we'll take a little bit of a break. We'll get a Snickers bar because I'm hangry, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. All right, we're about 45 seconds away for the start of the second half, and the Hanover team is kind of missing in action here. Interestingly enough, if you don't come back from you get a technical foul if you're not on the court. So let's see what happens here. I think the referees are a little bit surprised as well. They got, again, 25 seconds, and here they come. A bit surprising. And I'm sure Hanover's just as surprised with this score as anybody in the crowd. They were pretty much heavily favored to come in with an 11-3 record. And I'm sure, knowing the coaching staff of Hanover, they're going to make some adjustments at halftime, whether it be the press or just trying to execute some other plays. So they're going to get the ball in the second half. Interesting to note, Kelly Walsh, leading scorer with 12. She outscored the entire Hanover team in that first half. Again, Goffstown is in a zone defense, and there's a travel, I thought. And they're going to wave that off, and they're going to give the foul, the third foul, to Jess Edmonds, which on a reach-in, and that's a quick third. And, again, not what Goffstown wants. You got to keep Edmonds on the court. She's got to be smart here. And Walsh with the steal, and she's going to go all the way. And she misses a layup. Uncharacteristic of Kelly Walsh, who makes the steal and then misses a layup. I thought she may have felt the presence of and La Rochelle picks the ball up and gets stolen by Schwartz, who then puts up a jump shot and in and out. And 33 is a jump ball. A jump ball is going to go Goffstown's direction. That was a quick whistle by the referee. Not sure I agree with that one. I honestly thought that Taylor had the ball, and the referee very quick to blow the whistle. Kelly Walsh with the inbounds pass over to Perez. Back over to Walsh, who breaks the press. Back to Perez. Brennan in the corner. She'll give it up to Walsh, who's going to drive. And she gets fouled by number 33. That's going to be her third. And they're not going to give it a 33. They're going to give it to, you got to help me on that one. 3-3 it should be. It should be on 33. Again, I can't hear. I don't know who that was. Number 22 they gave it to? Again, our scoreboard operator is not putting those up. Kelly Walsh with the free throw. So I don't know who got that foul. In comes number 44 for Goffstown. And that's Belanger. And that was too easy. That's what probably Hanover wants to do, and you got to cover her. And again, that should have been a foul. I don't believe it. Like, she got mugged at half court. And Perez dumps it out to Walsh with the three, and that's good. So Kelly Walsh with the three-pointer extends the lead 32-13. And looks like Lois Schwartz, I should say, sets up a play. And a shot from 22. and that's no good. And La Rochelle goes in and out of her hands. And rebound by Hanover. So Hanover's playing a little more aggressive than they were before, getting rebounds. And that's going to be Hanover's ball. So one thing that I'm not liking in the second half for Goffstown is the level of intensity and aggressiveness. Still playing tough ball, but Hanover seems to be hungrier right now, going and more scrappier. Again, we have a timeout here. Not a timeout, it's a stoppage of play. I'm not sure if the coach is looking for a substitution. I don't know if we have an injury. I don't know what's going on. And there's nothing. So Schwartz will inbounds the ball. Again, I got to protect the paint. And they don't. And Goffstown with the rebound, and then it gets quickly stripped. So, again, ball protection is very important for Goffstown here. They've been able to get rebounds, but you got to protect it because Hanover is excellent in terms of their assertiveness and getting a hand on the ball. And Perez breaks through the press quite easily. And that's the benefit of having three. That's a carry, and Brennan knew it as soon as she did it. Again, this is going to be Goffstown's challenge is unforced errors. And so far this second half, they've made about 3 of them. Got to really do a better job, I think, defending the low post with Taylor because she's in that paint all the time. And that's going to be Belanger's responsibility. And now Goffstown's going into a zone. And so it's tough when you're in a zone because you got to be careful of a player kind of sneaking up on the backside. Nice pass. Great pass from Taylor to number 20, Maddie McCorkle, and she sinks a deuce. And that's a tough pass that Goffstown gets lucky. And we miss a bunny on that one. So Belanger misses a layup. So we've missed now 2 layups. That was Belanger misses pretty much an easy banker. Again, you got to get that inbounds pass in. Walsh passes over to Brennan with a long 3, and she makes it. Liv Brennan with a long 3-point shot. Goffstown is now up to a 20-point lead with 5 minutes to play in the third. Again, you got to box out here. And nice job by Perez, and she gets a cheapy foul over the back, number 22, Emma Burwell. 2-2 with the hack, and that'll be inbounds for Perez. And I'll tell you, I love what I'm seeing out of Perez tonight. I'm talking ultra scrappy. She has been around the ball like you wouldn't believe, and she's really given Goffstown the ball handling that they need. This is a super tough team in Hanover in terms of their footwork and just their speed to the ball. So again, Perez will inbound the ball, and she's going way deep, and I don't like that play whatsoever. And that ball's out of bounds. So Goffstown gets super lucky on that one. And again, you always want to send a player deep on a press, but you got to get the ball pretty much 3/4 of the court, and you might not have the arm strength to do that. Now Walsh takes the ball in the near court, and she's looking to drive. She dumps it off. Now back to Belanger, to Perez, who wants to take the jump shot. Oh, I don't like that pass. A long skip pass. And Belanger with a 3. She misses. And rebound by Hanover. And here comes a quick, fast break by Hanover. And a foul. So I think Coach Largy is going to think about putting Edmonds back in the game with 3 fouls. But then he says, no, we are not sending her in. And he's now putting in number 14. And that's going to be Gifford. Trying to get some size and some, I would think he's going to do that just to try to somehow counteract the player who's on the free throw line right now, Taylor, who is pretty strong. And I think that's a good matchup by putting in Gifford. And now we got the press again. And Perez just dribbles right around it. And now Walsh. And A 2-point shot for number 22, Allie LaRochelle. This team is hitting on all cylinders right now. Again, extended to a 20-point lead. Schwartz brings the ball up. Goffstown's in a zone. And again, an easy bucket. They've done a really great job feeding the ball into Taylor. And good defense. And it's going to be a bucket. They're not gonna give her that one? Wow, I don't like that call at all. They did. No, it'd be a three. If they gave her the shot, it would have been Kevin. It would have been the basket would have counted. And well, then they got to take it off the board because they called that on the court, which I totally disagree with. She was in the act of shooting, and then got fouled. So I don't know. Walsh got robbed on that one. Good thing I didn't put it on my stat sheet. I would have had to use my eraser. And we're going to see Strong and number 2, Ashford, coming in the game and giving a break to Perez. Again, now here's the key now is that you got 3 minutes and 48 seconds left. And we're going to get a push-off. I don't know. I can't even understand what the referee is doing. I mean, if anything, it was Brennan kind of maybe gave a little bit of a push-off there, but Goffstown's up by 18 points here. And now the clock is all screwy, so we got a timeout. TV timeout here in Goffstown. So really, I tell you, a little bit awkward in terms of the recent last few minutes. The officiating it's been awkward from both sides of the ball, Hanover and Goffstown. Some of these just been very confusing, some of the calls both ways. So I will say this, that it is consistent, but it doesn't help the players on either side kind of get a feel for the game. So a quick timeout here, and it'll be Hanover's ball with 3 minutes and 48 seconds left. Goffstown really hasn't. They've decided that there's not really much use in them pressing, expending energy needlessly. So again, you're seeing some substitutions here. You got Strong now playing down low with Gifford and Ashford, and skip pass over to 23. Schwartz passes over to 23, and again, you want to play tight defense here. Don't give Schwartz that jump shot, that's for sure. And a hand on the ball, and it's going to go Goffstown's way. Ashford got a piece of it, went off a Hanover player, so Goffstown's going to inbound the ball, and Strong is going to be at half court, as well as Ashford, and they're going to potentially, Gifford has an arm, so she can throw the ball deep if she has to. And that's a foul on Hanover. That'll be Hanover's 4th team foul, and that's against, Gifford will inbounds the ball. And again, I know that she has a really strong arm. She can throw the ball deep. Again, putting the ball in the dribbler's hand, breaks the press. And this is the issue that you have here, is that you don't have the best ball handlers on the court. And that's going to be N1. So I got to say to Coach Largy, good that you want to get some players to get some time and get some breather, but do not let this team get back into the game. And I would put a ball handler in the game. You got to get Perez or Brennan back in this game. And that's in and out. And it's going to go Goffstown. It's going to be a foul on that'll be their 5th team foul. So interestingly enough here, we're going to see both Perez in the game and Edmonds. So for the most part now, you've got your starting lineup back on the court with the exception Strong is in for La Rochelle. And you got the ball handler, Perez, who is in the game. And it forces a turnover. And we got a timeout. So we got a timeout by Goffstown, and a good one at that, because they're getting a little discombobulated here. Now it's a 14-point lead for Goffstown. And they've had what I would call defensive lapses the last 5 minutes, which has really propelled them to a substantial lead throughout the game. But unfortunately, due to some personnel issues, they don't have, like I said, you need strong ball handlers on the court at all times for Goffstown. When I say strong, you need at least 2, if not 3. And that's why they've been successful, because with Perez, Walsh, and Brennan, they're able to dribble through and throw over presses. When you don't have those 3 on the court, it becomes increasingly challenging to stop Hanover. And they're scratching back into this game, and I think it was a great timeout by the Goffstown coach here to stop this momentum. And you can see that there's quite a few Hanover fans in the audience here, and they're starting to get a little bit more energized, knowing that for the better part of this game, Hanover has been relatively flat in terms of stopping Goffstown. And, give credit where credit is due. Goffstown shot incredibly well, and they played great D. I will say, though, for the third quarter, they have not played as good a defense as they did in the first half. And the ball gets inbounded to Walsh, who passes over to Perez. And they break the press. So with under 2.5 minutes to go in the third, Goffstown with a 37-23 lead. And Strong, she puts up a weak shot. And they're looking to, and that's going to be number 4 for Jess Edmonds. And again, I hate to say this has kind of been the story for Jess, is that she gets herself in foul trouble. That's her 4th foul, and you're going to have Sam Byron come in the game now for her. And she's so valuable, Edmonds, because she has a good nose for the ball, but you can only be as good as when you're in the game. Watch out for number 33. And now it's down to a 12-point lead, and now we got Kelly Walsh. Here comes that press. And again, you got now with the press also comes fouls. So I don't like that shot, and I don't think Coach Largy liked it either. Now here comes Hanover. And now we're going to see Durham come in the game. So there's no doubt that Hanover has turned up the intensity here with under 2 minutes to play in the third. They've made a big comeback. Down by as many as 20 points. They can now cut the lead to 10. And that's a miss on the first one for number 20, Maddie McCorkle, who's had a solid game. Out goes Perez, and I don't think Coach liked that jump shot of hers. I didn't like it either, and she takes the pine for a little bit. And the second one by McCorkle is made, and here comes the press once again. And that's a little bit of a weak pass. You got to get quickly over. That's Strong. She's got to get quickly over that halfway line. And she throws in a banker. So Strong able to put in 2 points there. Ups Goffstown's lead to 13 now. With a minute and a half, Schwartz is talking to the referee, working him. Again, Goffstown's got to really play that tough defense that they did in that first half. And a nice bucket by Hanover. And Walsh is and they call a travel on that. I tell you, Goffstown didn't really like that one so much, but again, it's an 11-point lead now for Goffstown. Inbounds pass. And that could have been a foul. And that doesn't go. And that's going to be a jump ball. No? They're going to call a foul on Goffstown, number 21. And that'll be Goffstown's 7th. And that'll put Hanover in the bonus. So I tell you something, this is going to be a battle of wills here with under a minute to play. They are storming back, Hanover. Now, will Goffstown be able to regroup here? Because right now, they've not had the best third period. And that's a made shot by Taylor. That's now a 10-point lead. So they've cut Goffstown's largest lead in half, all in this third. And that one will cut it. No. 10-point lead. And Strong brings the ball up, and she puts up a 3. I don't like that shot whatsoever. I don't know why they're doing that, but Walsh misses one. And it is Byron who gets the rebound. So great offensive board for Byron. And she puts in a deuce. Goffstown goes up, and now 24 seconds left in the third. So great, tenacious rebounding. So Strong with the ball, and she passes it up to Walsh. Again, we got 13 seconds left. Now it's 10. 6 seconds left, and you got to do a dribble penetrate or something here. And that doesn't fly, and that's it. So Goffstown had a 20-point lead in the third. Hanover has fought back tenaciously, and now it's a 12-point lead with only 8 minutes to play in the game. And a big surprise here for many in the Goffstown gym on both sides, because I think with a 11-3 record, I think most folks, even admittedly on the Goffstown side, thought that they would love to be in this game, not so much to be up by what appears to be an 11-point lead. So that 11-point lead can slip away very quickly with this Hanover team, as you can see. They're just really strong in terms of their aggressiveness to the ball, and they've got great low post play in number 33 Taylor, and great shooting, I think, from McCorkle and from Schwartz. So they are a few three-point shots away from making this one a nail-biter. Right now, it's all Goffstown. The key for Goffstown, in the first half was just great defense and being scrappy around the loose ball. So look for Goffstown here. You got to get Perez in this game. She made what I would call, she put up a jump shot with like nobody underneath, and that kind of wasn't really favored by Goffstown's coach. And also you got Jess Edmonds with 4 fouls. So I want to see, we're going to see probably towards, I would bet by the 6-minute mark, you're going to start to see the Goffstown starters back in this game. So Durham, Byron, Walsh, and Brennan are in the game. And that was one pass too many, and that's a foul. And see, this is what you can't do, because then you put them in the 1-and-1 situation, and again, just not really smart. Because you stop the clock, and then you put them on the free throw line. So he's talking, right, Coach is talking to Cammie Durham saying, listen, way to be aggressive, but you got to be smart. If you give a cheapy foul, it puts them on the line, and we're putting this team right back in it. So we put 33 on the line shooting the 1-and-1, and she misses the first one, and then we give up the rebound. So that's going to be white ball. So that'll be the 6th-team foul for Hanover. That's good news for Goffstown. The next foul will give them the bonus. And in comes La Rochelle. Again, I like that move too. Provides great defense and also a scoring threat. So Durham comes out of the game. Ball control, very, very important here. Nice defense by Hanover, number 23, Charlotte Johnson. No. Oh, my God. Sorry for my for that one. That one was just not necessary, and Goffstown turns the ball over. And these are the unforced errors that you cannot make if you're going to beat a team as good as Hanover. Again, every possession right now is mission critical. And La Rochelle with the rebound. That's it. Put the ball in the hands of your guards. And Brennan and Walsh can dribble. And that's a three-point shot for Strong. And that's going to be Goffstown's ball. So that was, again, a turnover by Hanover. Kevin, I'm not sure what happened on that one, but Goffstown will get the ball. Now, time is on Goffstown's side here. There is no need to go too crazy. And that's a foul. So Byron, what a great rebound. And she gets fouled, and that'll be the 7th. That's a shooting foul anyway, but that'll put Goffstown in the bonus from here on in, the 1-and-1, I should say. So Goffstown with a 14-point lead here. Again, the clock is your friend here. And I hope that the coach will explain that with a 14-point lead. And Byron goes in and out for her free throw. Again, Goffstown's up by 14 with 7 minutes and 21 seconds left in the game. And she misses the second one, but a rebound by La Rochelle, and that goes off Hanover. So super job by Allie La Rochelle getting a hand in there. Again, there's no need for Goffstown to put up jump shots with only 5 seconds of a possession. So again, your job is to use the clock. Again, let them foul you if you want. You'll go to the line, but your job is to use clock. And we got a little bit of a hit to the face on Strong. And I don't know if there's there's no blood or anything like that. So it'll be an inbounds pass for Goffstown. And again, you know, what you want to do here is you want to chew up like 30 seconds of clock and then take a shot. You know, work the best possible shot. There's no need to go too crazy here. And that's a foul. So now will be the 1-and-1 situation. And Brennan will go to the line shooting the 1-and-1. And this is what the Hanover coach really has to, you know, again, he's trying to think about trying to extend the game. So Brennan will go to the line shooting the 1-and-1. And she makes the first one. Nice free throw by Olivia Brennan, sophomore guard for Goffstown. And here's her second. And you want to see the Goffstown defense just get back quickly. And that's a miss on the second one. Just get back on defense. Don't let them get a quick score. You know, you want to play tough D. And a kickball by Kelly Walsh. Under 7 minutes to play. Goffstown leads by 15 here. And if you're Goffstown, you just want to play tough D, but do not foul. And Byron waited too long for that one. She missed. And a nice rebound by Strong, and now Brennan with the ball. She gets the ball over midcourt. Now Walsh. Now Byron. Again, your job is to use clock, and that's what they're doing. No, do not shoot. And that's a foul. That's a pretty hard foul on 23. And that will put Strong on the line, shooting the 1-and-1. And if there is a player that you want to foul, I think Strong missed a couple of free throws earlier, so this might be the one person that you might want to put on the line. So that's the 9th team foul for Hanover, the next foul will put them in the double. Will put Goffstown in the double bonus. So here's Strong shooting the 1-and-1. And she misses her first one, but Byron with the rebound, and she can't get it. Again, you don't want to foul here. No cheapy fouls. It stops the clock. And you got Perez who's going to check in. And they're going to have to start hitting up threes pretty soon. So they're not going to have a choice. About 6 minutes to play, and number 4 puts up a 3. That's not going to do it. Walsh with the no, it was La Rochelle with the rebound. She gets fouled. So now that'll be the double bonus. So under 6 minutes to play here, folks, at Goffstown. That's the 10th team foul on Hanover. Perez will check in the game, and you're going to see La Rochelle shoot 2 free throws. We got a very, very excited Kevin, our cameraman. He is, if you can only see, he is beaming with joy right now. And that's a miss. So Goffstown has shot, for the lack of a better word, poorly from the free throw line. It's only me tonight, so I don't have tremendous stats, but I would say that they're probably 50-50. Perez checks in number 3. La Rochelle with her second. And she misses that one. And that's not what you wanted to do, Sam Byron, because that stops the clock and puts them on the free throw line. So, again, not to be overly critical, but the clock is your friend, not your enemy. And when you do an over the back and it's a 1-and-1 situation, you allow this team to get back into the game. And that's a make. And I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with Taylor so far. She's played one heck of a game, got good rebounds, just great low post play, and this will cut this lead to 13, and that's a make as well. And that's a 13-point lead. Here comes the press. And not the person that you necessarily wanted to give the ball to. And now's a good time to call a timeout if you're Coach Largy. And he does. So they cut it to 11 points. And really what you're seeing here for Goffstown is just for lack of a better term, it's not playing intelligently. You don't do an over the back when you're in a situation because you want them to use the ball. You want them to use clock. And you play aggressive defense, but you don't foul. Let them put up the shots, go for the rebounds, and you're in a good position. So Goffstown has an 11-point lead. They will have the ball, but this game is far from over, folks. And what we have not seen out of Hanover so far is an overabundance of three-point shots, which means that this team could very well be due. Edmonds is back out on the court. So you got the starting lineup for Goffstown with 5 minutes and 43 seconds left. And Brennan has the ball, and Perez now dribbles up. She picks up her dribble, and that's white ball. So great defense by Hanover. Perez has got to be really careful there because she's picking up her dribble, and you can't do that. So they can go pass it into the back court. And this is a situation where you just kind of want to do like a weave and just pass the ball around and kill clock and let them come out and foul you and take shots. There's no need to put up shots if you don't need to. Just smart passes, keep the ball away. Again, you got to be careful for a 5-second call, but you've got the ball handlers on the court for Goffstown. That's it. Under 5 minutes to play, 11-point lead for Goffstown. And Kelly Walsh is smart. She knows that it's not about putting buckets, it's about killing the clock at this point. And they're going to force Goffstown, and Goffstown turns it over. So here comes a fast break up. Whoa! And that should be, yes, sirree. Thank you for calling that one. So that'll be Goffstown's ball. Hanover player lost control of it with about 4.5 minutes left, and you can tell that there's a lot of tension here in the gymnasium for Goffstotham. They're certainly not favored in this game. And that's a foul. And that'll put Perez on the line shooting 2. So, Kevin, this game is really going to come down to free throws. I mean, we got to make free throws. And so far, Goffstown is shooting either, if they're shooting 50% from the line, they're lucky. And that's the first one goes in for Perez. And Goffstown extends their lead to 11. So this is going to be the key for Goffstown. Can they make free throws? And they miss that one. And no. You don't need to do that. That's a very poor mistake by Jess Edmonds. Her job is not to put up a basket. Her job is to make sure that the ball, you want to move the clock around. Again, you don't want this. You do not need this. I don't understand what they're doing. Your job is to move the ball around and then get the best possible shot. The clock is your friend. You need to make sure that you extend it, and that'll put Walsh on the line for 2. So I don't understand why there's such an overexuberance to try to shoot a three-pointer when you're up by 12 points and your job is to kill the clock. Got to know that as a senior. So Walsh will go to the line shooting 2. Goffstown has a 12-point lead under 4 minutes to play. She makes her first, extends it to a 13-point lead. And again, Goffstown, you play strong defense, but you do not need to foul here. And Walsh makes her second. So again, we're going to get a substitution. Number 13 comes in the game, and that's Caldwell. Again, you want to use clock here. You want to use the clock. And Walsh with the ball. They're going to double her up. And Perez, again, you don't need to shoot the ball, guys. You just need to keep the ball away from Hanover, force them to foul you. And I don't know why Perez feels the need to do that, and then we give the ball up. So, and now we stop the clock and we put them on the line shooting 2. So I don't understand kind of what Goffstown is doing here. This is certainly a mental lapse by their players. There's absolutely no reason to put up a shot. You need them to come at you and foul you. Just don't turn the ball over. And we're going to get a timeout here, and this is going to give Coach Largy an opportunity to regroup his team to say, guys, it's not about shooting a three-pointer at this point. Even if you're wide open, it's about keeping the ball away from Hanover and forcing them to foul you. If they foul you, you go to the line shooting 2. Right now, the job of Goffstown is to run the clock with a large 12-point lead. And then on the flip side of it, you do a cheapy reach-in foul, it stops the clock, and now it puts them on the line to score 2. So this was a very opportune timeout. I'm not sure who called it, if it was Goffstown. I think it was the Hanover coach. But what you're going to see here is that you're going to get 2 shots. So they're going to, whether they make both or they make that second shot, you're going to see a press. And again, I'm a little bit surprised, quite honestly, that you don't have your starters out on the court here with under 3 minutes to play with a 12-point lead, but we don't. And I'm not so sure what the rationale is there, but we'll soon find out. So first shot is good, and that cuts it to an 11-point lead with 3 minutes to play. So again, I want to see, and we're going to get a substitution, and let's see if, nope, they don't. And they make both. So now we're going to get a press. You got to put the ball into your ball handlers. You got Perez in the game. You got Brennan. And you got Walsh. And please call a timeout. Please call a timeout, Coach. 8-point lead for Goffstown. You got to put in some different personnel here. And she gets fouled. Yeah, I struggle, again, no disrespect to 13, but she has not played all game long, and you're putting her in at the most critical point in a game. I just don't understand it. So Walsh will go to the line shooting 2, and we're going to get a sub here. And Walsh misses the first one. So we're going to get a substitution. I would assume it's Strong coming in for 13. And I'd like to see La Rochelle also get back out there, and Walsh makes her second. So again, if you're Goffstown, again, play tough defense, but please don't foul. There's no need for cheap fouls here. Just play aggressive, contest a shot, and that's an offensive foul. Good move, because number 33, she stuck her shoulder in to Edmonds, and that'll be Goffstown's ball. Again, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Get the ball in and use the clock. Goffstown's ball, got lucky in that one. Lois Schwartz played awesome defense there. She's super quick and a great eye on the ball. Perez has got, see, when Perez inbounds the ball there, she's just standing there. She's got to be look to receive the ball back from Walsh. So Walsh is going to go back to the line. Again, Goffstown's got a 9-point lead with 2.5 minutes here, and Walsh will shoot 2. She makes her first to extend it to a 10-point lead and a 3 to 4 possession game here. And that's the key. That's what you have to factor in here. This is all about possessions now for Goffstown. And Walsh misses, so she has not had a good night on the free throw line at all. Again, you don't want to foul. And Walsh, and she gets fouled by number 23. She goes back to the line, but Kelly has got to make these free throws. If Goffstown made even half of their misses, they'd be up by 20 points right now. They just have not shot well. Other than that, they've had an outstanding game. And she makes her first one for an 11-point lead. This is another big free throw here with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. They're playing offense, defense substitutions for Hanover. This is a big one for Kelly Walsh. 12-point lead here. And she makes it. So again, no cheap fouls here. Just play tough D. No reach-ins. And that was an over the back. They didn't call it. And the ball goes in. She's been a monster, number 33. And that's another foul on 23. Walsh goes back to the line. And she doesn't like that call. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure I like that call either. Kelly Walsh is going to wear out the polyurethane on that free throw line. She's been there for the last 4 tries, it seems like. So again, 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. And this is exactly what the Hanover coach, this is what coaches are supposed to do. It's called extending the game. You foul, you make them make free throws, and you hope for 3-point shots or hope that Goffstown will make some silly fouls and stop the clock for you. And Walsh makes her first, and that goes to an 11-point lead. In comes La Rochelle, good move. Gives you great defense. But La Rochelle's got to be careful. No reach-ins, nothing silly. And Walsh makes her second. Again, just want to get back on defense. And it's kind of like token D at this point. You want to kill clock. And Perez with the ball, and she gives it back. And we got a timeout by Coach Largy, and under 2 minutes to play. So this has been a tough one, I think, Kevin, in the last period, right? I mean, Hanover keeps scrapping back, and Goffstown, again, due to a lot of unforced errors, has kept this one, almost close. So 12-point lead for Goffstown. We've got a 1-minute timeout. And a good one for Goffstown. Again, they can use a little bit of a breather because Brennan, Walsh, and Perez have done the lion's share of the ball handling for this game. And anytime you can give your guards an opportunity for a breather, it's a good thing. So 12-point lead, 54 to 42. A big surprise here for most in attendance at Goffstown High School. And you're going to see Strong check in very enthusiastically at the scorer's table. And I got to admit, Kevin, I have not done the greatest job keeping score in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Too excited to do that. And Perez inbounds the ball to Walsh. And that's going to be a turnover. So again, Goffstown had the ball now we got La Rochelle back in. Nope, she's not back in. And we're waiting for what the hell's going on here. And okay, so Hanover is going to need a 3-point shot at some point here. And now they've cut it to a 10-point lead. Again, clock is your friend. The clock is your friend. There you go. They're going to have to foul again. Who do you want to put on the line is the key. A minute and a half left in the game. And they're going to foul Perez, who will shoot 2. So a 10-point lead, minute 20 to go. Perez will shoot 2. And they're making Goffstown earn this victory. There's no doubt about it. They're slowing the game down. And that is a miss. So this is exactly the strategy. If you're Hanover, it's like even in the double bonus, Goffstown has just been, not the greatest tonight on the free throw line. They made that one. So 11-point lead, and we got substitutions. Again, number 13 comes in, Caldwell. And I don't know what happened there, but Schwartz was yelling something. Maybe the clock wasn't moving, or I don't know what was happening on that one. Oh, the clock started and nobody touched the ball. So what happened was Hanover, on that situation, they rolled the ball in, and the clock started. And thank you to my friends who are behind me. I'm kind of all alone tonight, can't see everything. And now Schwartz has the ball, and here comes a 3. And that's a miss. Schwartz crashes, and that's going to be picked up by Caldwell and then given back up by Caldwell. And now Caldwell goes to the line shooting 2. And this will be her first 2 points if she can score these. Minute 8. And you're hearing a lot of cheering from the Goffstown bench here as Caldwell, who I don't think gets a whole lot of playing time, is on the court, and she has an opportunity to get in the scorebook. A lot of smiling faces. These players, they don't get a whole lot. They might not get a whole lot of playing time, but they practice a whole lot getting the starters ready. And Caldwell, she misses her first. So let's see if she can nail this one. Obviously, she's got her bench cheering for a 10-point lead with a minute 8. And she does. She gets on the board, and Goffstown has an 11-point lead. And Schwartz picks up the ball. She's got to shoot a 3. And she makes a 3. So timeout by Hanover. cuts it to a 9-point lead with about a minute and 3 seconds left. Again, for Goffstown, it's all about using the clock and then not stopping the clock on defense. So for those of you who are aspiring coaches, you might want to take a lesson from the Hanover coach who has, I think, just done an incredible job slowing this game down and trying to get his team back into it. And, you know, it's with a shot like that from Schwartz that cuts it to a 9-point lead. And I'll tell you something, stranger things have happened, not just in high school basketball, but in the professional ranks where a minute left, a 9-point lead is not safe. So, again, Goffstown has to get the ball in, and then they have to, you know, cross half court. And Edmonds now has the ball, and she gets fouled. She'll go to the line shooting 2. So it's a minute left. And Brennan is asking for, I guess, an intentional foul, and she's not getting that. Now, what I don't like what Goffstown is doing is they're playing all of their players deep, and I think you got to be able to – you don't want those 3 seconds to kind of go by the wayside by them rolling the ball in. And Edmonds misses. So, again, woeful is the Goffstown free throw shooting. The only sore spot tonight is their free throws. Misses that one as well. And here comes Hanover. And Walsh with the rebound, and she should call timeout. That's it. Get it over to Brennan. And she gets fouled. And the Hanover coach is not happy with that one as Brennan gets hacked. And number 20 with the foul. And I can understand why Hanover coach was upset. I thought Brennan might have turned that one over before she got fouled, but again, 43 seconds left. And looks like La Rochelle's going to check in. And made basket by Brennan. And La Rochelle checks in for Strong. And the one thing you want to do here is no cheapy fouls. Said that about 20 times today. Brennan makes her second. 11-point lead. That's like 4 possessions. And what's that? What's that? We have a start of the clock by mistake again. In fairness to the clock operator, this is her first time doing this, and the regular clock operator had a meeting tonight. So 44 seconds left to play. And I like the fact that Walsh is there because it forces them to kind of start to use clock right away. And just got to play up on Schwartz and let them drive. Just let them drive. Let them drive. And another 3-point shot. And that's an 8-point lead with 31 seconds. This thing, I tell you, this is classic coaching by Hanover. You extend the game as best as you can and hope for turnovers and 3-pointers, and you can win this thing. You know, Goffstown has not proven to be too successful at the free throw line tonight, unfortunately. But with an 8-point lead and about 30 seconds left, again, their job here is to just get open and make free throws. I don't even know how many timeouts are left, to be honest with you. It seemed like there's been a ton of them called. And again, we're not keeping track on that on the scoreboard either tonight, folks. We have a substitute scoreboard operator, and we got Coach Bracey doing more push-ups. Kind of like, it's like the Army, right, when they score touchdowns or something. So, again, Goffstown has their ball handlers on the court in Perez, but what Perez has to do when she inbounds the ball is then she needs to then create space to receive the ball back. And Walsh turns it over. Okay, uncharacteristic of Walsh. Now 30 seconds left. Again, still an 8-point lead, but don't give up a cheapy basket and no fouls here. And that should do it. And that's an off-the-ball foul. I'm not sure who's that was on, but it was off the ball, and there was a foul. So Edmonds will go to the line. Again, an 8-point lead. She's got to nail at least one of these to make it a if she makes it 2, it's a 4-possession game, and I think that's game over, but got to make at least one. She makes the first. This will extend it to a 10-point lead and make it a 4-possession game. She misses that one. And that's a violation on Hanover. And that'll be another free throw for Edmonds. One of the players for Hanover stepped in. And she misses that one too. Again, now 25 seconds left. Again, token defense, nothing crazy. And that ball's out of bounds. That should do it, folks. 13 seconds left. Let's see if they press with 13 seconds at a 9-point lead. Usually they don't, but looks like they are. And that'll do it. You got to still get it over the half-court line, and that'll do it for Goffstown. And surprisingly, Goffstown with a 59-50 win, probably their best win of the season, beating a tough Hanover team, and really a great game for Goffstown. Probably the best game of the season, right, Kevin? I mean, for them, it looked a little ugly towards the end, but they were trying to preserve, what was at one point a 20-point lead. So with that, my name is Scott Gross. I'd like to thank Kevin, our cameraman, and the folks at GTV who allow us to do this. Again, signing off, Goffstown 59 and Hanover 50. Take care.